Hey, good morning. It's Scott McFarland. It's early, it's Monday, and it was a long weekend. And that time change kind of added an extra hour. The beautiful weather here in D.C. and lots going on. Crazy end to the World Series, some wild football games like the one in Cincinnati yesterday. Easy to lose your bearings on what lies ahead. Some big things lie ahead in the coming days and coming weeks. Some pretty pivotal arguments in the criminal cases against James Comey, former FBI director, Tish James, New York Attorney General. Some pretty unprecedented cases and arguments being made. And then there's that other unprecedented case, if you will. The case of Sean Dunn goes to trial today. Jury selection begins this morning here in Washington. So who is Sean Dunn? Even the U.S. Attorney, Jeanine Pirro here, refers to Dunn as the sandwich guy, accused of throwing a salami sandwich at law enforcement during a confrontation earlier this year. And these headlines have been quite something. He was, in fact, a former Department of Justice staffer as this case unfolded. There was also that moment, you'll recall, earlier this year where a grand jury initially declined to indict Dunn on the first set of charges presented to it by the U.S. Attorney. And there's that phrase, that cliche phrase, that a grand jury would indict a ham sandwich if asked by federal prosecutors, but they didn't in this salami sandwich case. But the prosecutors went back, regrouped, came with different charges or a different approach, and now jury selection begins today. The prosecution in the last 72 hours sought to have this trial delayed, arguing that there's still some back and forth over jury instructions or what the jurors should be told, but they are going to proceed today. And I'll note that late last night, the defense submitted its proposed jury instructions, which included this instruction to the jury about the words Dunn said to law enforcement. Quote, "You can only convict Mr. Dunn's words or consider Mr. Dunn's words as potential violations of the statute at issue if you find beyond a reasonable doubt they in fact inflicted injury or tended to incite an immediate breach of the peace." Grand jury pushed back on this case initially, and then the charges came again. The grand juries have been pushing back on some other recent cases in this administration too, including here in D.C. So there is some outsized impact to this otherwise small case. A good read of where jurors are when they hear these types of charges.